Now we will study about the role of 0 in rational numbers. 0 is called the identity for addition of rational numbers. Identity for addition of rational numbers. 0 is also called as the additive identity for integers as well as whole numbers. For example, if I take a whole number 2 and add 0 to it, we can write it 0 plus 2 also, and that is equal to 2. So here 0 is additive identity for whole number 2. Suppose I take an integer minus 5 and add 0 to it, then again I get minus 5. So 0 is additive identity for integers also. Suppose I take a rational number minus 2 by 7 and add 0 to it. I can write it like this also, and I get the answer as minus 2 by 7. So here the role of 0 is it works as an additive identity for integers, whole numbers as well as for rational numbers. It is identity for it can be called as identity for addition of rational numbers, whereas additive identity for integers and whole numbers. Now we go for role of 1. We see the role of 1. 1 acts as a multiplicative identity for rational numbers. If there is a rational number a and we multiply 1 with it, we again get the same rational number. So it acts as a multiplicative identity for rational numbers. Can you think whether it acts as a multiplicative identity for integers and whole numbers also? Let's take an example. If I multiply 1 with a whole number 5, I get the same answer. Similarly, if I take a rational number and multiply 1 with it, I get the same answer. So it is multiplicative identity for rational numbers as well as whole numbers as well as integers. Now we will deal with negative of a number. If we look for negative of a number, suppose there is a number a and we add its minus a to it, then we get the answer as 0. So here minus a is negative of a and a is negative of minus a. So we can say that minus a is the additive inverse of a and a is the additive inverse of minus a. For example, if I take a rational number a by b, then we can say that minus a by b is its additive inverse. And if I take a rational number minus a by b, then I can say that a by b is additive inverse of minus a by b. We will deal with the reciprocal of a number. Suppose there is a number a by b, and if we multiply it with another number c by d and get the answer as 1, then c by d is the reciprocal or multiplicative inverse of a by b. Similarly, if we multiply a number by 0, and then the answer we will get as 0 and not 1. So 0 has no reciprocal. 0 has no reciprocal. I can show you an example. Suppose I have a number 2 by 3 and if I multiply it with 3 by 2. We have a number 2 by 3 and if I multiply it with 3 by 2, I get the answer as 1. So here 3 by 2 is the multiplicative inverse of 2 by 3. See the distributivity of multiplication over addition and subtraction. Suppose there are 3 rational numbers a, b and c. So a multiplied with addition of b and c, we can multiply it separately and then add ab plus ac. Similarly, a multiplied with subtraction of b and c, we can subtract it separately after multiplying each of them. A into b minus a into c. Let's see an example. We have a question minus 3 by 4 into 2 by 3 plus minus 5 by 6. If I go for the left hand side, here it is a question. I have written the distributivity here. In the left hand side, the answer within the bracket I get as minus 1 by 6, and when I multiply it with minus 3 by 4, I get the answer as 1 by 8. Now I go for right hand side. I have multiplied it separately. Minus 3 by 4 into 2 by 3 I get as minus 1 by 2, and minus 3 by 4 into minus 5 by 6 I get the answer as 5 by 8, and when I add both of them I get the answer as 1 by 8. So I see that left hand side is equal to right hand side. Therefore, now the distributivity of multiplication over addition and subtraction of rational number is well proved. We will solve some questions. This is the first chapter of NCERT book, exercise 1.1, and from the first question I have taken the second bit of that question. Here the question is, using appropriate properties we have to find the answer of this particular question. 2 by 5 multiplied with minus 3 by 7, minus 1 by 6 multiplied by 3 by 2, plus 1 by 14 multiplied by 2 by 5. Here I find that 2 by 5 is common in both these places. So I take 2 by 5 common and put minus 3 by 7 and 1 by 14 inside the bracket with the arithmetic operation addition, since addition is given here. This I have used the distributivity property over multiplication and addition. Okay, here the 2 by 5 is multiplied and here both are added. If I go on solving, here I take the LCM as 14. Then inside with the first bracket I get the answer as minus 1 by 7 after multiplying with 2 by 5, and then from this I get the answer as minus 1 by 4. So here again if I solve it, I get the final answer as minus 11 by 28. So here I have used that property and got the final answer. Now I will go to the next question, question 2. In question 2, it is being asked to find out the additive inverse. In question 2, they are asking to find out the additive inverse of some of the numbers they have given. Let's see, 2 by 8. What will be the additive inverse of 2 by 8? Additive inverse is the negative of that number. If we add the negative of that number, that is its additive inverse. So its additive inverse will be, you can easily write, minus 2 by 8. Similarly, the additive inverse of minus 5 by 9. Its additive inverse will be 5 by 9. Now we have the third, minus 6 by minus 5. Here minus 6 by minus 5, it means it is 6 by 5, and its additive inverse is minus 6 by 5. Okay, so these are the some sample questions which I have solved. If I go for one more, 2 by minus 9, it means it is minus 2 by 9 and its additive inverse is 2 by 9. Okay, now I go to the third question. Third question of exercise 1 by 1.1 of NCERT book. In the third question, they are asking to verify that here I will write the third question. Verify that negative of negative x is equal to positive x. Let's see. The second bit I am doing. X is given as minus 13 by 17. X is minus 13 by 17. So, what will be the negative of x? Negative of x will be 13 by 17. What will be the negative of this negative x? Negative of this negative x will be minus 13 by 17, which is equal to our original x. So it is verified that negative of negative x is equal to x. Okay. Now I go to the question 4. In question 4, they are asking to find out the multiplicative inverse. Multiplicative inverse. So, I will do the fourth bit of it. The question is minus 5 by 8 into minus 3 by 7. Minus 5 by 8 into minus 3 by 7. So, here, if I solve it, I get the answer as minus into minus is positive. 15 by 56. The answer is 15 by 56 and its multiplicative inverse will be 56 by 15. Why? Because if we multiply a number with its multiplicative inverse, I should get the number 1. So its multiplicative inverse is 56 by 15. This is the fifth question of exercise 1.1. The question is, name the property under multiplication for each of the following. In the first, the number given is minus 4 by 5 into 1 is equal to 1 into minus 4 by 5, and the answer is minus 4 by 5. Here clearly we can see that 1 is the multiplicative identity. 1 is the multiplicative identity. So here the multiplicative identity is taken. In the second question, second part I see minus 13 by 7 into minus 2 by 7 is equal to minus 2 by 7 into minus 13 by 17. So here I can clearly see that they are using commutativity property. A into B is equal to B into A. In the third part I see that minus 19 by 29 is multiplied by 29 by minus 19. I get the answer 1. Here what we can see, both the reciprocals are being multiplied with each other. So here what they are using? Multiplicative inverse. Multiplicative inverse they are using. Now I go to question number 6. In question number 6 they are asking to multiply 6 by 13 by reciprocal of minus 7 by 16. Multiply 6 by 13 by reciprocal of minus 7 by 16. So I will multiply 6 by 13 to reciprocal of minus 7 by 16. The reciprocal will be 16 by minus 7 or minus 16 by 7. Okay. So if I multiply it, I will get the answer as minus 96 by 91. Okay. Now I go to question number 7. Question number 7 has given one thing like this they are giving. And they are asking that if we compute 1 by 3 into 6 into 4 by 3 as 1 by 3 into 6 into 4 by 3, then what property we are using? Here we can clearly see that they are using associativity property. The property is associativity property. What does associativity property show? A into B into C is equal to A into B kept in one bracket into C. So they are clearly using associativity property and computing it in both these manners. Okay. If I go for next, I go for question 8. In question 8, they are asking, is 8 by 9 the multiplicative inverse of minus 1 by 8? Minus 1 by 8. If I change it into a normal form, it is minus 9 by 8. It is minus 9 by 8. Yes, then we can clearly say that is by 8 by 9 the multiplicative inverse of minus 1 by 8. Here, what does multiplicative inverse means? If I multiply a number with another number and get 1, then this number is multiplicative inverse of this number. But here, what is the second number? The second number has got a minus sign in it, and I get the answer as minus 1 and not 1. So 8 by 9 is not the multiplicative inverse of minus 1 by 8. So it's not the multiplicative inverse of minus 1 by 8. Since we are not getting the answer as 1, but we are getting the answer as minus 1. Okay. Now I go for question number 9. Is 0.3 the multiplicative inverse of 1 by 3? Okay. 0.3. Okay. I can write it as which way? 3 by 10. Okay. And 1 by 3, I can write it as 3 9 plus 1, 10 by 3. And if I multiply both of these numbers, 3 by 10 into 10 by 3, I get the answer as 1. So 0.3 is the multiplicative inverse of 1 by 3. Okay. Now we go to question number 10. In question number 10, they are asking to write a rational number that does not have a reciprocal. Any number that does not have a reciprocal. For example, if there is a number 2, we can write it as 2 by 1, and its reciprocal can be written as 1 by 2. So we have to find such a number which does not have a reciprocal. So the answer is 0. 0 is only such a number which does not have a reciprocal. Second question. The rational numbers that are equals to their reciprocals. Okay. Suppose I have a number 1. What will be its reciprocal? Its reciprocal will be also be equal to 1. Similarly, I have a number -1. What will be its reciprocal? Its reciprocal will also be equal to be -1. So these are the two numbers whose reciprocals are equal to the original numbers. Now they are asking for third question. The rational number that is equal to its negative. Any rational number that is equal to its negative. So such a number is only 0. 0 is equal to its negative. Now I go to question number 11. Question number 11 is the fill in the blanks. In that, first they are asking 0 has dash reciprocal. What will be the answer? 0 has dash reciprocal. What will you say? What is the reciprocal of 0? No reciprocal. The second question, the numbers dash and dash are their own reciprocals. What are the such numbers? Are their own reciprocals. We can say 1 and -1. Okay. The third question, the reciprocal of -5. The reciprocal of -5. The reciprocal of -5 is -1 by 5. The fourth question, reciprocal of 1 by x. Where x is not 0. Where is x is a non-zero number. So the reciprocal will be x. Fifth question, the product of two rational numbers. Suppose we have two rational numbers. Its product is also a rational number. The product of two rational numbers is also a rational number. The fifth, the reciprocal of a positive rational number. Reciprocal of a positive rational number. Naturally, the reciprocal of a positive rational number will also be positive. So, I have finished the exercise 1.1 of your rational numbers. Many of the questions I have done. In my next video, I will go for representation of rational numbers on number line and the rest of the chapters. Thank you.